World leaders are arriving here in Kananaskis, Canada, at a time of great volatility in many parts of the world. In the coming days, at the top of the agenda now for discussions is likely to be the ongoing escalation and violence between Iran and Israel that we've seen in recent days. Now, most G7 countries have already put out statements calling for the violence to be de-escalated. However, we understand now, according to reports, that all G7 countries are likely to come out together and put out a joint communique or a statement about this, calling for a de-escalation intention. So expect that to be at the top of the list of discussions. Also, there are a number of other items on the schedule for the coming days that have been set by the leader of the host country, Prime Minister Mark Carney of Canada. Among them, a coordinated response to wildfires. That's a very important issue to Canada and, of course, the United States. Canada currently dealing with wildfires in the Saskatchewan province, but also the United States has been dealing with serious fires in recent months and years. Of course, we don't have to look far back to remember the devastating fires in Los Angeles, but also in Hawaii before that. So that'll be one point on the agenda. Another is energy security and also discussions on the advancements of artificial intelligence. But it's fair to say that conflicts around the world are probably going to dominate discussions here in the Kananaskis region of Canada. There's obviously the ongoing war in Gaza that will be talked about among the leaders, but also the war in Ukraine. Now, Mark Carney, the Prime Minister, has personally invited President Volodymyr Zelensky here, and he'll be here in the coming days to talk about strategies and ending that war. Now, that is an interesting discussion involving the United States, because in recent weeks it has seemed as if, based on Donald Trump's comments, that he is growing tired of this process taking too long, a slow process to end that war. He's also expressed frustration with Russian President Vladimir Putin, suggesting he might not be wanting to find peace in the end. So those are issues that will be talked about, but obviously trade and the economy will be another one. It will be potentially awkward for Donald Trump to sit around the table with other world leaders he's put large tariffs on in recent months. It will be interesting having Donald Trump here. Many leaders will be working out and strategizing how to interact with the US president, not wanting to antagonize him. We don't have to look too far back in 2018 when Donald Trump left here early and then criticised the then Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau. So world leaders will be approaching Donald Trump with caution, but it's very likely that many will want to meet him and have bilateral discussions as they try and reduce their own trade burdens as those negotiations continue. So plenty of topics for discussion here in the Kananaskis region, but of course conflicts around the world are likely to take precedent. Mitch McCann for AnewZ in the Kananaskis region of Canada.